Welcome to the big city of Waterside. Now, in the last part, we were kind of working on this industrial area. We put in our first cargo station, which is doing quite well. It's generated a lot of traffic, and also expanded out this side here. Unfortunately, I've made a bit of a classic mistake in the sense that, look here, I've actually speed the game up a little bit because I think the traffic flows better. You can see that I've kind of over expanded this area here, which has resulted in a lot more traffic down here, which is slowing everything up, which is also starting now to have repercussions. So the first thing we're going to do is come here and we're going to put a relief road in. I think we'll start with, we're going to keep it fairly lightweight, and this is probably a kind of key point in the sense that when you're building these roads, you need to be aware that, or when you build an area, a large area like this, you need to be aware of the impact on the city. And what we're going to do with this one is we're going to go down very quickly, and I'm gonna kind of come across here, just there. I mean, I'm gonna have to reverse the direction, but we're just gonna kind of come up, and hopefully we could be able to just kind of come in here. And then of course what we're going to have to do is reverse the direction and push the down page just to and just escape back up again. And what we should have now is it'll take a little bit of effect, a little while to take effect, so you need to have a little bit of patience. But what should happen is that this industrial traffic that's coming in here, more of it will start to come in this way. Now, the next thing I need to do is we need to get a prison in. It's not going to go there, so I think we're going to have to come here, get a two-way road in. Just I think we can come out like that. I mean, a prison was a new feature that was introduced with the After Dark series. It's quite an important building because if you click on the police stations, I think there's one here, you'll see it says here criminals in holding cells 9 out of 20. So what happens is once this fills up, your police stations become ineffective, and having a prison up here will actually improve. Oh, we've got a thunderstorm coming in again. Now, my original plan for what we got, I think the other thing I want to do here is, I think we got some residential growing, so we need to get that done. It's always something to do when you build a city in Cities Skylines. I think we'll just keep. Oops. Actually, let's keep the. Whoops! Didn't mean to do that. Let's drop this back in. Oh. I don't want commercial in the middle. So I'm a bit out there at the moment, but we will get there. And I think maybe we're just dropping a little bit more high density residential there. We've got a quest for commercial, which is probably why I was thinking. Now, my original plan for this part was to start building the road infrastructure out here to connect up the roadway. So what I'm going to be looking is to build a, maybe not a highway, but maybe one of these, expand this out here and create a spine here, which will provide another access route to the city. But as you can see, we've got a few problems, and what I want to do is kind of patch the, actually let's come this way. I need to work on the public transport, sorry, I'm kind of digressing a bit. I think what we can do here is put in a line there, and what I want to do is get in, actually let's put light commercial here. So let's get a kind of wodge of light commercial in here. This is like a, you can say a almost residential type. I think actually I want to check the district. Oh yeah, the district's okay. And better check the plumbing. Yep, the plumbing's okay, because I need to work on the public transport system, because having a strong public transport system is going to be quite fundamental to the actual city. But so what I'm going to do is I've put this commercial up here for a specific reason, in the fact that we're going to put a metro system in, and we've got plenty of money. So, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the metro in quite quickly, and I think we're going to drop it, that's 4, so I think we're going to drop the metro there. And what I want it to do is to come in over here, and I think we're, yeah, I think maybe we're, have another one there. And what I want to do is then kind of come in, say, got that there. So what I'm looking to do is create a kind of a circular structure here. I think having a metro station close to the university would be good, and I think what I'm going to do now is come down along this lower road, and maybe can't drop one in there, maybe we'll drop one in here. We're going to come through again, maybe that's a little bit high, so maybe we'll drop another one in. No, let's come further south, I think. Yeah, I think if we come in about there, got one there, and I don't want to put a metro station in this area purely and simply because we're going to be cutting through there, so maybe we're, that area's there, so maybe we're put a metro station there, and maybe another one there, and another one just on this corner here. I think we'll then come through, maybe, yeah, let's put one here, got a bit of space, I think maybe on this corner. So what I'm looking to do is to build a circle, and probably we'll just try and get it a little bit maybe not brilliant, but and just bring that out here. I mean, metros are very expensive, but they're probably by far the most efficient forms of transport you can have in the city. And we're going to have a problem here, because that is actually a tunnel, so no, that's not any good, so that's going to have to come out. Yes, we're going to have to delete that. Oh, I should have moved it, bugger. Bit of a fail there, sorry guys. I think maybe we'll just have to put the metro station there, so yeah, I should have moved that. That was a Bit of a dog leg there, but I think we can live with that. I think laying in metro stations can be a little bit of a... I think we can afford to just come through here, and we're just gonna... Again, we've got a problem here with so we're gonna have to come up here and kind of curve around this. Oops. I think we'll just come here and just put a tight little curve there. Must admit, I do prefer the freeform tool when it comes to, and I think what we're going to do is just kind of come out and then again we're just and see if we can curve in, and I think we can just do a... See how much money I've spent on that, but we've now got let's say when you lay metros in, it pays to have a nice circular route. Try to avoid spurs, just get this flowing round like this, and I say you don't need them close together because the residents of the city will use other forms of transport to get to a metro station to get out. It always pays to go in both directions, and this will connect up the industrial area, and hopefully that will reduce the amount of kind of cars used. This is the objective, is to get the people using the public transport to move around the city. I think that's connected them all up. I mean, it takes a little while because people in their cars will flow. Now the next thing I want to do is just come in here. I'm going to pick this up and probably drop you in here, or maybe actually just put a tennis court next to the station, because what I want to do next is kind of connect this road up across to there. There is a method in my madness, because I was looking at this overall, and what we're going to do is try and put some tram lines in. What's that there? Why is that? Oh, it's a bus lane, so... Right, so we've now got this area here. Now, what I'm going to do first is I want to create a spur down here, because we're going to sort out the trams. And so we're going to create the first of our traffic expansion. Yeah, and I'm going to come down... See... I think to about... there. We're going to come out. Basically, we're going to create a, you guessed it, a roundabout. And just going to snick off that. I mean, this is, if you imagine that the road here, there'll probably be another roundabout here and another roundabout connecting that up. Maybe another roundabout there. No, probably a smaller one there so that we can come across this way, because we're going to be buying these tiles. Actually, let's buy the tiles now. Might as well buy them while I'm looking at it. What we're going to do is purchase these two tiles, which will open up this side of the map. Pardon me. And if you imagine that the road will come out to about here, maybe through the edge of the trees. This will be maybe a bit of an upmarket area. This will come down. We'll probably have a roundabout around here, so we can build another road link out to there. We'll push the road down into here to open this up as a tourist area, and of course we've got the ports here. I don't think we can build ports just yet. Nope, that's the next city up. So what we're going to do first is just create this link. I mean, it's going to be a little bit of a kind of, you say, precursor work. We're just going to come out here. Just build this roundabout. I think it pays if you're going, if you just, I mean, don't, if you're new to the game, don't kind of over plan the city, your city to start with. Just go with the flow and see how it goes. But I think once you've got an objective, I don't want the tram one, I think you need to kind of think about the structure. Once you get a feel for how the city works, I think it's important that you have some kind of plan. Maybe sometime in the future I will do one with a full unlock from the beginning, and maybe even unrestricted money. Although, to be honest, I quite enjoy, I'm just gonna have to, I actually quite enjoy this idea of building a city organically. So like you would, a city would grow up naturally, because no city is, oh, I suppose there are a few exceptions in the world where someone sat down and designed a city from scratch, but the vast majorities of the cities of the world are the result of somebody thinking this is a nice place to live and then we'll do it. And what I'm going to do now is, up here I built the tram tracks here, so what we're going to do now is come out, switch the snapping back on, about the same 10 and 10 there. I'm going to then just find the tram lines, and we're just going to page up and come across and page down, because what I'm looking to do is, and we're just going to get the upgrade, and what I'm going to do is I want to change the original tram line I laid in so that it actually, you can get a two-way effect running, and it means I can bring some trams down into this area. As I said, the whole focus of this part is going to be, I think we can come out this way, and we're just going to find this tram line now, and what we're going to do is, I think we're just, sometimes it pays when you're adjusting these is actually just to keep deleting where's it going now? That's a bit better. It's, see, if you deleting like that, it actually, it will find its own path, so it actually pays some time to, and I think we can now start to put in some tram stops. I think doing it this way is going to kind of let the trams I think we can drop one in there, so we've now got trams flowing round. I'm not going to make this loop two-way, purely and simply because I think these are close enough that if somebody wants to go there, they can walk down to catch it this way, back this way, and other people will catch it back the other way. That's the autosave just gone through. So that's the first one. What we're going to do now is so we're not finished. What I want to do now is I need to find the tram route there. What I'm thinking is to have trams running up this way now, because we've built the, or should we go that way? Got the first tram lines there. Maybe if we do this. So we'll just come up here. Again, they're going to be like one-way type trams on a narrow front. Oh, I've got to come in that way. Oh, I can get in that way, can't I? So I don't think it's good to have trams kind of crisscrossing everywhere. Or maybe we'll just come up here and come down here. And then we'll just come back into this path here. I think that's the path, and what we can do now is, again, this tram goes that way, so I think maybe if we start this side and come this way, just get trams. Can't seem to be able to put a tram stop on top of a bus stop, so maybe it's not a particularly very good idea to have trams and buses on the same road, so that might be a point. I might have to readjust the bus routes as we go along, and maybe the other thing I kind of think is, don't really need these tram lines stops too close together. I think maybe we can come here, just get one there. Again, I'm not going to do the two reverse routes because I think there's enough distance there for the trams to go. Interesting fact is, if we come over here now, if I can see them, they can be quite difficult to see. You will see the trams coming out, see them? All piled up here. Coming out here, so they're cool. So again, when you lay tram routes in, it pays to lay a route in, give it a chance to settle down, because trams do not overtake other trams, and also they block the traffic, although they do seem to be a bit law abiding in the sense that they don't block junctions. But you can see that it takes a little while for the trams to come out and actually fill the gap. And what we're going to do next is, because we haven't finished, because what I want to do now is, we've done this route up here. I think this road's come up this way, so I think maybe we'll just keep the theme going. Again, we're gonna so you can see the idea I'm coming up with is that to have this kind of these circular, what would you call them? Tram loops, I suppose. And then we're just going to come this way, down this way. You can see I'm getting through the money quite quickly, but I think this is going to be a good investment in these residential areas. And I think that's going to fill that up, and what we're going to do now is put now that one goes that way, so I think again we're going to go the opposite way, round this way. I'm going to just click up here. I think we can get a tram stop in there, maybe we'll get another one just there. I think upon reflection, I think I will probably take out So that's another tram route running round there, and then I think what we're going to do now is the same principle again. We'll just find the... We're just going to upgrade this, and I think this time we're going to go the full hog round here. And just come round here. And I think we'll go into the commercial district here. Probably that's a main road, so I don't particularly want the tram to be running on that main access road because that might cause a traffic jam. So maybe we'll come in here and come down here and just come there. I say it's expensive, but and again we're gonna. Now I think this one. I think that's trams. Difficult to see. That tram's going that way. So again, I think I've kind of lost where I am. Sorry. I think again we're just gonna. I think we're get one. Certainly want one. I think I've just messed that up. Right, start again. I think this time we'll actually start opposite the railway station because I've got a horrible thing I've actually just deleted a bus lane, but bus route, not the lane. And I think we'll just have a. I think that would be quite good to have one tram stop just opposite the undergrounds, which will keep things nice and connected, because that will allow people from here to catch the tram to here, to catch the station to go to the underground. I think actually this one, I think we're going to go both directions, the trams, because I think that would be maybe we'll just come in here so there's a little bit of a flow. We would just add a stop there. You can hear the I hope you can hear the upgrades going in, because obviously having trams in the exit area will certainly upgrade these cities. Live there. Got death. Oh, got even more death. Oh. So I think we're gonna. Certainly don't want to. There. I think we're gonna need to get in. I think if we drop graveyard here, that will affect that city, and I think we can afford to put another one up here, maybe right on the edge of the. That will have a positive effect on the city. So, and now I need to kind of concentrate on maybe we're just take that out, fill that in. I think that's the main focus. I mean, the bus lanes. I mean, it's a bit annoying that you can't actually see. I mean, what I might do is off camera I'll sort out the bus lanes once because I'm gonna have to. It's gonna be better for me to wait for the kind of the tram system to settle down before I commit to flowing. But you can see at the moment 20. I think that's the. See, this is the This is the metro line. We're carrying 453 people, 143 people. Let's have a kind of nice bright yellow metro. I mean, it'd be maybe. Oh, that's only want dark blue. Let's have a red. So that's the metro. You can see the tram lines building up. This one is obviously still kind of working on it. Maybe we can have a black tram line. I think where you don't have the dark colours, I think you can kind of push out the red orangey one and a kind of a greenish one, but I'm assuming that we've got all the links for the trams to go out and run. I must admit, it'd be nice if hide line. Oh, so you can actually hide. Oh, that's an interesting feature. That could be very interesting for sorting out the bus lanes. Is to be able to hide the tram lines so you can see where the buses flow. So to give you an example, say, well, I'll do the preparatory work for the thing. So this is the tram line. So if we come, well, looks like obviously this hides all. That's good. Now that is a very, very useful feature. I'm glad I spotted that because it means sorting these bus lanes out now. Because it means I can take a lot of these bus lines out of this area now because we've got the crossover. Maybe have a bus line coming, change these bus lines so they go north-south. And we have the trams going east-west and maybe have a bus line going out that way. I think that would be good. So, yep, I'm very glad I found that feature, but I will sort the bus lines offline. I think I've subjected you guys to more than enough problems with the public transport. Obviously we're going to upgrade some more of this. So I think just around this problem, this part over, I think we're going to just run through. Got a sauna there. Maybe let's put a sauna in here. I think these guys might have benefit from it. And over here, let's just check the fire coverage. Ooh, a bit weak. So I think we need to get some fire coverage in. Still not totally happy with this. It seems to be poor despite. I think we'll just live with that. Police coverage. I think we're okay for that. Education. Marginal. I think maybe it's time to. I think we can drop a elementary school there. High school's struggling again. I think maybe we can I get a, that's close to the trams. Maybe there's a tram stop next to the cemetery there, and I'm not going to expand that way, and the highways make noise, so I think that would be quite good to have that there. University's still way out there. We'll just have a little, see if we can pep up the leisure aspects here a bit. See what else we got. We don't really have much else. Let's put a, I think, seeing this is going to be a leisure stroke tourist area, maybe we can put some little bit in here. Got any nice big parks, something here? I'll just put a park there, and maybe we'll drop that in there. Got no real kind of leisure activities here. So let's put maybe a, just so that people will like it. Actually, let's have a quick check. I think, to be honest, having this as a one-way system is a bit of a waste of time, so I think maybe we're kind of just upgrade this. Might improve the traffic flow a bit. Just take this out, and Mike can expand this way a bit, so that might improve the traffic flow. We've got a little bit of parks there. Just have a quick check. I mean, the industrial area looks really good. I mean, it's, if you're used to the standard game, so covered by source services. More services is quite an abstract concept. There is a mod which I might actually find and switch on, which gives you more details about what the buildings are expecting. You can see the city's up to 20 odd thousand and it's growing steadily. You don't want it to grow, the city to grow in a massive amount. I mean, I think slow, steady growth is probably pretty good. So I think we're just get a bit more kind of, oops, must have missed a bit there. So what was that? Oh, that's the cemetery. Oops, we've got problems with not enough workforce here. That's affecting the industry, probably because of traffic, and I've upset the flow of people looking for jobs, but I think it will come round. Yeah, I mean, one of the problems is that when you disturb the flow of traffic, you know, people wanting to come into the city, and say, probably click here, it says not enough workers. But I think once the public transport system settles down, I think you'll find that people will start to move in. Oops, got a problem there. I think I'm gonna fix that while I spotted it. Generally, residents in City Skylines are law abiding, but one thing they're not very good at is the parking on oops. Just upgrade that. Yeah, parking on roundabouts, and that can actually cause congestion, so I think we're going to do that. Just going to one final check through just to see. You can see there's a lot more traffic coming in here. You can see that the traffic's flowing nicely now. I think we've kind of eased off the main tension points. There's a little bit of tension there. You can see the old metro flowing along there quite nicely. The citizens are happy. Road repair. Yeah, I think we might need to move some of this stuff away. A quick look at resources. No, I don't need resources. Population's good. Yeah, I think we're good for crime. So obviously we've got a lot of abandoned buildings here, but I think we'll solve that. And above all, I think you can see we got the metro line flowing quite nicely. The old trams are now picking up quite really nicely as well. I'm not sure what. Oh, so that actually, oh, that's good as well. So that actually, it's a bit annoying that it's, so it kind of takes you to a tram line. 15 tourists. Just have a quick look at the bus lines. Bus passengers not doing quite so well. It takes up, it just shows you how many vehicles it takes off the road. Actually, let's have a quick look. taken 7 vehicles off. Maybe this just moving up and down, moving the people backwards and forwards. Maybe we need to strengthen this area here. I mean, we've got the... I think we're going to work on it. Kind of the key factor, City Skylines, is to avoid the temptation to... I'll just do this while I'm rounding this part off. Yeah, the key factor with City Skylines is to... These are abandoned buildings. I know there's... Oops, nope, I don't want to demolish that. I need to demolish the metro station then by accident. And... Oops, deleted the road. Sorry about this, guys. Put that back in. Yeah. I know there is a mod that allows you to demolish buildings, but I find that abandoned buildings... Actually there's a... Oh, well, I think I might have made a mistake there. Oh, the other thing I think I haven't done is adjusted the budget. Oh no, I have adjusted the budget. But I think... Right, just before I go, sorry guys, I'm not... But I'm sure there's a distinct building that requires so many abandoned buildings in the city. Brandenburg Gate, lifespan, got the London Eye, 2 instances of airport, got a cinema. Let's just put a cinema in, I think. We haven't really put in a... Oops. Where should we put a cinema in? Up here? Kind of make it into a... Yeah, I mean, it's a small building, so maybe this is the type that we can drop in here. And that will have a positive effect on this area, because it's next to the tram stop. So, yeah, cinema next to the cemetery. I think that fits in quite nicely on that corner. It kind of gives a certain deja vu to the... And we've got City Hall. So this is building up quite nicely. 600 service buildings. We've created 68 so far. That's going to be interesting. 2,000. So I need 2,000 abandoned buildings. So far we've got 42. So maybe I'll just leave the abandoned buildings for the moment and just let them build up. So I don't know if there's anything else we can place. That's a fantastic fountain. Again, these kind of $120,000. Wow, that's I mean, I have actually used these to improve industrial areas. So, like, if I drop that in, that will have an immediate effect on the industrial area. And immediately the trees look a bit yucky, but maybe we'll leave that there. We can always move it, you know, and kind of... I mean, we've got lots of Statue of Wealth, Statue of Shopping, got Transport Tower, that attracts residents. Maybe do we put a Transport Tower in? Or am I just placing buildings for the sake of placing them? Actually, yes, maybe this. Can we get that there? On the next to the tram line. I mean, that's going to be my down market thing. Problem with European cities is you don't get the height of other buildings, so. So I think we're just going to do a bit more residential in here. I think just I think maybe we're kind of just put a bit more residential here, high density. Keep the city growing. I think we'll turn around the industrial issue. I think that's just where I've been messing around, and I think that's definitely where I'm going to leave it, guys. Hope you've enjoyed the episode. I hope you find it useful in the sense that the city's coming together. I think we're going to have to work on building up there, maybe starting to develop the residential stroke on this side, because I think this area is now a little bit too far away from the residential zones. Maybe we'll just have a quick look. Yep, no, I'm going to stop, guys. I think I've overrun far enough. So, hope you enjoyed the episode. In the next part, we will start working on this external road connection, because I think we need to improve the connections into the commercial tourist area, get a bit more residential up in here, kind of upmarket residential in this corner. But that's for the next part, so like and subscribe, and until the next time, enjoy your gaming.